Hello, Erchissaran. We are very happy to have you here and to have this possibility to speak a little bit about your project, about your activities. And now we'll have several questions and answers. My first question would be, what is your background? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much for having me and giving me this chance to share my story. So my name is Erchissaran, as you just said. I'm a chemist by training. So I graduated from Tohoku University in Japan back in 2020. And then after graduating, I had a choice of further pursuing master's degree in Japan or coming back to Mongolia and then find my dream career. Then I chose the latter, and when I come back in Mongolia, it was actually we actually had a very bad cases of COVID, so everything was in a lockdown, and I had a chance to stay at home and then actually reflect on what I want to work on. So within that reflection, it became very clear that I want to work in sustainability, especially sustainable manufacturing. And then I applied for this UNICEF's Young Changemakers program, and I was fortunate enough to be selected as the top 5 changemakers in Southeast Asia. So then through that program, I also had a chance to connect with other young changemakers from different backgrounds, from different countries. And then I was very inspired by them, and at that time, I was working on this water recycling clean toilet, actually. And then
which is important for Mongolia.
Very important for Mongolia. Especially the toilet was supposed to be an off-grid toilet, and then with off-grid water recycling toilet, which can be even used in the countryside. But during that program, actually, the toilet project has shut down because it was not my own project. It was a project from the company I was working at the time. So now that the project I was working on has shut down, I had a chance to actually start something new. And my mentor at the program kind of pushed me into what else do you want to do? Do you have any other ideas that are your own? And then I had several ideas. I was very passionate about sustainable manufacturing because I knew that this manufacturing industry itself emitted a lot of greenhouse gases. So then I thought, I searched about what Mongolia does not use. I wanted to take something that people throw away and then transform it into something valuable. So Mongolia has only 3 million people, more than 3 million people, but we have more than 70 million grass-eating livestock, and those livestock is producing poop every day, and then most of those poop is just being thrown away. So I was like, this is a very interesting and very abundant and local and cheap raw material that's been thrown away. So as a chemist, it didn't look as a poop to me. It looked as a very organic, very valuable organic raw material. So I brainstormed several ideas of what I can make of it, right? So first one is, of course, paper that we are doing now. But beside paper, I could make alcohol out of it. I could make even fabric out of it. I could make a lot of other things out of it. And then at that time, as I said, it was during a lockdown, so we were not allowed to go outside. So all I had was my kitchen. So using my kitchen and some cow dung I purchased from actually a supermarket. In the supermarket in Mongolia, you can purchase a cow dung as an incense, right? There is this kind of product as an incense. So I had access to that kind of cow dung from the supermarket. So I took those cow dung and then decided to make paper out of it. And then, that's actually how I started the project.
Very interesting. And I guess that you will be strongly contradict to those who would say that chemistry is a very boring subject, right?
Oh, no. It's the most interesting subject.
I think that your story might inspire some students, because really sometimes people don't understand much about chemistry or physics, and they think that it's really not something for girls especially. But now with your project and your creativity, you really show that it's opposite. And I think you could come up with a lot of new ideas also, right?
Exactly. Actually, my first major was not chemistry. I really wanted to pursue engineering when I graduated high school, but because my family and like there were a lot of social pressure of girl cannot be an engineer, or like it's for boys. So actually, when I first graduated high school, when I wanted to go to engineering, because of the social pressure, I couldn't choose engineering, and then I went on to study business. But then I studied business at the National University of Mongolia for 1 semester, and then I just hated it. I didn't like going to the lectures, and then I begged for my family to like take a gap year, and then I promised them that I'm gonna find what I actually want to study, and then I'm gonna get a scholarship, 100% scholarship. Like I didn't know. At the time, of course, there was no guarantee, but then I believed in myself that if I try my best, I can actually like get a 100% scholarship to like study what I want. And then after begging for my family for like a month, they finally agreed that I can get a gap year from the business school in Mongolia. Then within that gap year, I actually had a chance to apply to other universities abroad, and then that's how I got into like Japanese Tohoku University in Japan with a full scholarship.
And when you mentioned the social pressure, you mean that in Mongolian society that would be perceived that the engineering is not for women, right?
I wouldn't say it's getting better. Like I graduated high school 10 years ago. Okay. It's already been 10 years. So 10 years ago it was much worse, but now I can see like increasing number of women is actually pursuing science and engineering. Very good. I also heard a study that increasing number of children is drawing a woman when they are asked to draw a scientist. So I think the situation is getting better, but we still have a lot of work to do.
Absolutely, this is also quite clear. Yeah. But tell me, do you think that to start this project as a woman and then to get some support and to get some first finances for it, was it a bit more challenging for you as a woman, or it would be the same for a guy as well? But how would you think?
Yeah. Because I was very fresh graduated from the university, I actually did not have any experience to compare like if it was difficult, but I don't know if it was difficult because I'm a woman or just because I'm a very unexperienced young graduate, right? But I wouldn't say I think Mongolia is very actually doing good in women leadership. I think in some respect we even have a reverse gender gap. If you see statistics of graduates from university, majority of university graduates are women in Mongolia. So in that respect, I think in Mongolia actually being a woman is sometimes advantageous, but it still doesn't make it any easier. And especially because I'm a young person, I needed a initial investment of money to start my business, right? But then I did not have any asset that I can use to like get a loan from the bank. So I think being young is maybe the most disadvantageous part, like rather than being woman. And also like accessible finance to young people, young entrepreneurs is very low in Mongolia. It's very less in Mongolia. But with the help of like small grant programs such as the one conducted by the European Union, we were actually able to jumpstart the project. 100% of my initial investment actually came from this small grants program. So within a year, I participated in like 4 or 5 national, international startup competitions, and I got like $3,000, $5,000, and then like I collected like grants from those programs, and then within a year, I think we have collected around $27,000, and then which was actually enough to set up an initial like small studio. Yeah.
So it means that being active, you can achieve things, right?
Yes, but it's much harder. Like imagine just spending a year to only collect like 27,000 USD. It's in terms of time, it's not the most efficient way to do it. But as a young person who is only starting her like initial project with no background, previous background, I had no choice to actually just go through that.
And then you never regretted you didn't finish business studies?
Not
Because
really.
it would be helpful in this situation. How to,
Yeah, to some extent, I think so.
It, yeah.
But then also, I think some things you just learn it by actually doing it. Like even if I was told I studied business at the university, maybe I wouldn't have learned it the way I'm learning it now, because because at the university I wouldn't be actually like having the challenges I'm having now. So I think learning doing business by doing business is best. Like that's what works best for me, at least.
And now, when you look at what you did, what would you advise to young people that would like to start some new startup? What you would advise maybe to do a bit differently the way you did, or maybe to repeat your practice? What your advice would be?
Well, I would say don't be a perfectionist, because because I'm a chemist, we actually like just a difference of 0.001 matters to us as a chemist, right? But then when it comes to practice and business, those small differences doesn't matter. So within the initial months of the project, I was very perfectionist about like getting the right numbers, like getting everything like right at the first hit. But then as the business goes, I realized that those small mistakes actually didn't matter that much. It was just important to get things done. So so I would just say that even if it's not perfect, you can start now. And then even if it's hard, I think if you really want to do it, it's better to do it. Otherwise, you're gonna regret in 10 years. So just starting like actually when you are young is. I'll just say that when you are young, you don't have much financial pressure to like raise kids maybe and pay like loan for your apartment and stuff. So I think that's the best time to start actually your business. And you can fail and you can go back to work. You don't have to succeed, but just like trying new things is gonna get you far. Right?
Absolutely. And tell me why sustainability was important for you. Because not everyone is concerned about it. Of course, it is very important, but why for you it was important?
For me, it was important because if as a human race, if we don't go sustainable, if we don't go zero, we have a risk of losing this planet. This planet has been formed 4.5 billion years ago. It took 4.5 billion years to this planet to actually have this perfect ecosystem that we are living now. And then human race, within like 200 years, we risked this billions of years of evolution. We are risking this billions of years of work. So I think if that's not the reason to go sustainable, then I don't think I can convince people to, like, our planet is at risk, our home is at risk. Also, we have a responsibility to leave this planet as it is to the next generations. So it's not only like our responsibility, it's our duty, and it's just the most sensible thing to do.
And tell us a little bit more about your products. What you are producing from your paper, and what is happening with the products? Who's using them, and whatever you would like to share with us.
Actually, I brought some samples.
Yeah, you could show, of course.
Those are paper that is made of all 100% tree-free materials. For example, those brown papers are our bestseller. This is the paper made of cow dung. So our also best-selling product is a name card. People like to have a name card made of like cow dung. And I heard that this is a very good conversation starter. People like go to you and then like hand you the name card, and then they'll ask, "Do you know what this is made of?"
Okay.
Which is a very good conversation
and then
starter.
People say, "Okay."
And some people are like, yeah. So, and this blue paper is made of recycled denim, recycled jeans actually, and this one is made of recycled silk. Oh. So we have started with making
a bit glittering, you see?
Yeah, because of the
shiny,
silkish texture.
Interesting, very good.
So our products are those kind of custom printed products. People usually order like certificates or name cards or the name tags for their company. So our customers are usually businesses who want to use sustainable products or who want to transition into sustainable products.
And how do you promote it?
Oh, through social media.
Social media mostly, right? Yeah. And then people tell each other, I think, right?
Yeah, exactly. And business card sells itself. Like one person is gonna get like 100 business cards, and then he's gonna give it to 100 other people. And of that 100 other people, like at least like 10 will come to us, right? So this is a very good product for marketing.
So what is your family saying now?
Family is proud, actually, but initially there was some resistance when I started this project because it was risky, right? I had a very comfortable job at a good company, and then they were, of course, scared. I was scared, but then they trusted me, and they have been they supported me. Yeah, they've been very supportive.
I really like this Mongolian proverb that says, you know, don't be afraid to start. And if you start, don't be afraid, right?
Exactly.
So that is exactly the motto, could be motto for you, you know, because that's the way you went.
True. But I think not being afraid is also not, it's just impossible. You are going to be scared, but you doing it while being scared is the most practical and realistic thing to actually go about. Like
it's okay to be afraid
scared,
because
and you
need
still like do things, right?
Because you know you should be scared because you don't know how it will happen and how it will go, and you need to calculate.
Exactly.
But because it would be strange if somebody is not afraid to start, but daring to go ahead when you are afraid, that's important.
Yeah,
that's important.
That's my message. Like.
And did you also have some friends, for example, that joined to help? Because sometimes it's difficult to find the first allies for you for new projects.
Exactly. I had a lot of friends who helped me in a lot of different ways. I had graphic designer friends who helped me like come up with the logo and who helped me like set up designs. I had architecture friends who helped me like organize like how the studio is gonna go. And then all of my friends, they helped me out of kindness actually, and not only friends, not even only friends, like even strangers, they would come up to me and then give advices. I had people who would just who called me on the phone and gave me advice for like an hour. Like she was a very good business mentor, and then she just found my mobile phone on the social media, and then she just called me like, I heard this about you, I do this, and you should like do this, and I was like writing down everything. So yeah, I'm very lucky, actually fortunate to
have good friends, right?
Have good friends and have good community. Even people who don't know, even like people who didn't know me at the time, like they helped me a lot.
That's good.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, that's very good because it's really important. It is really important. Yeah, and do you have some example or the kind of idol for you, some inspiration as a woman or a man, whatever, that you could follow as an example? Some personality that you like?
Well, I do not idolize one particular person. I think that in every person there is something to learn from. Like I feel like whenever I meet new person, there is at least one thing I can learn from that person. So just I'm picking up good things from everyone. So I don't have anyone at top of my mind, but I'm very grateful for my mom actually. She's a very hardworking woman, and then I would say that she's twice as hardworking than I am, and I'm just aspiring to be as half good as her. So yeah,
good.
I'd say
that's
my mom.
An example of it. That's also good. And maybe the last question would be, or maybe the just asking you, what would you like to say to women for the International Women's Day? What would be your message?
I'd say that women has a very specific types of strength in themselves. We are soft, but we are also strong. So even if we are soft, we are much stronger inside. So let's use our strength as a woman to do to achieve anything we want. So yeah, if anyone is telling you otherwise, it's a lie. Believe in yourself.
Thank you so much. A very good message. And thank you so much. Thank you for what you are doing. And I'm sure that you will inspire a lot of young girls.